Where do MSPs bleed margin? The most common place MSPs get crushed is. Welcome back to MSP After Hours. Today, we're going to be talking about something that quietly eats away at every MSP's margins, morale, and even sanity: the cost of saying yes. As owners, we all want to serve our clients. We want to be helpful, flexible, the guy who always finds a way. But here's the truth: every time you say yes to something outside of your standards, you're also saying no. No to your team's sanity, no to your own profitability, and no to your freedom. I get it. Saying yes feels like great customer service. It feels like I'm taking care of my clients and I'm building loyalty. But what you're really doing is training your clients to expect exceptions. Think about it. A client asks you to support their old laptop, some device from 2012. You say yes because you don't want to disappoint them. Next thing you know, your techs have spent 5 hours chasing down some crazy driver issue for a $200 machine. The client is happy, maybe, but you just torched your margins and you frustrated your team. Where do MSPs bleed margin? The most common place MSPs get crushed is customizing stacks. One client insists on their own backup tools, maybe their own firewall, and you say yes, thinking it's no big deal. Now your monitoring is twice as complicated. Tickets are harder to resolve, and suddenly your standard stack, well, it's a lie. Discounting. A prospect asks for a price cut. You say yes because you don't want to lose the deal. What you're really saying no to is your future investment. That missing 10% margin is the money you could have used to hire another tech, buy better tools, or scale your business. Scope creep. Clients ask for just a little thing outside of the scope. You say yes because you don't want the fight, but 1,000 things add up, and suddenly your all-inclusive contract is bleeding you dry. Here's where it gets dangerous. Every yes that breaks your process doesn't just cost you money, it costs your team morale. When your techs have to juggle exceptions, they burn out. They get frustrated when you sell them out by agreeing to impossible promises. And the worst part, your good clients, the ones you love, the ones you respect, the ones that respect your process and pay you on time, they don't get any attention they deserve because you're too busy babysitting the ones who don't. That's how you lose good clients, by saying yes to the wrong ones. Most MSP owners say yes out of fear of losing the deal, fear of conflict, fear of disappointing the client. But here's another truth. When you say yes out of fear, you're not in control anymore. The client is. And when the client controls your process, your margin, and your pricing, you don't own a business. You're just an outsourced employee. Now, wait just a minute. I'm not getting crazy with this. I'm not saying you should be the no guy who refuses everything. Saying yes can be powerful when it's strategic. Say yes to the opportunities that line with your standards and open the door for growth. Say no to anything outside of your normal stack, outside of your catalog of delivery, or anything that devalues your team. The trick is knowing the difference and having the courage to stick to it. Here's the good news. Saying no doesn't have to be ugly. In fact, clients often respect you more when you do it confidently. Instead of saying, sorry, we can't support that, try something like, that's outside of our standards, but here's how we can solve this. Instead of, we don't discount, try something like, we don't discount because we invest heavily in security, in response time, and in proactive monitoring. Cutting corners there means cutting corners for you, and you deserve better. See the difference? You're not just saying no, you're showing them why your standard protects them. At the end of the day, every yes comes with a hidden cost. The strongest MSPs aren't the ones who say yes the most. They're the ones who know exactly when to say yes and when to say no. Your job isn't to be the cheapest or the most flexible. It's to be the most reliable, the most secure, and the most scalable partner your clients have. If this episode hits home and you're struggling with boundaries and profitability, or even client expectations. Grab a copy of my book, The High Performance MSP, or reach out for some coaching. Because once you master the art of saying no, you open the door to saying yes to the things that really matter: profit, freedom, and growth. Until next time, take care.